Namaste. I'm Adam Lowen, and I'm a yoga guy. I encourage you to do yoga while watching this video, and I'll clarify what I mean by that as we go. You do not have to follow my motions. That is key. This is not that kind of yoga. What I do is a form of holistic yoga. This is a term I've coined. There may be other holistic yogas, but I mean holistic in the turquoise meme or integral sense. It starts with and is wrapped around with an awareness of spirit as infinite consciousness, the causal body, and wrapped around an awareness of the subtle body and the pranic energies of the body, and also a contemporary understanding of the body as gross body itself. My motions, they may appear by the standards that you're familiar with, they may appear clumsy and disorganized. This is a part of the way that I do yoga. I have been doing yoga for about 25 years. I've taught it to people, but I've never really considered myself a teacher. I've considered myself a yoga guy. I have gotten to know very well a lot of teachers and their practices. Some of them are very physically fit. Some of them do yoga all the time and are in great shape and can do all these postures very gracefully. Some of them are not. I write code, I make videos, I talk a lot, and I'm not a very athletic or fit person. And I, above all, should be welcome doing yoga, should do yoga. It will help me with that. The authority that I'm bringing here is a knowledge of the holistic yoga and how yoga can begin to incorporate your other passions in an integral sense, and how it can be brought into step with contemporary and rational science-based approaches to spirituality and consciousness. And in the way that I practice the holistic yoga, I don't use the word integral yoga because that is sort of reserved by Sri Aurobindo's very spiritualized practice. So I'll call it holistic yoga for yoga guys and gals and whatevers. And you'll find that if you want to engage with my practice, that will incorporate things that I'm interested in, which is singing, musicianship, martial arts. I'm very interested in balance. I'm not very interested in strength training. Mainly when I do yoga, the best usage of my time, being that I sit in a chair a lot and I'm a coder, is to really shake out and loosen up my body, to remove inflammation, to recover from the injuries of not using my body. And this is most of us. So if you do yoga, if you go and do Hatha yoga, you're doing this with a body that is not, not conditioned yet to be jumping in it. It's fine to do. It's great to do. But I'm more directly hitting the inflammation that's going to arise in your hips, your back, your neck, your shoulders. These are the areas that you want to energize and activate quickly if you don't have mad time and you don't do yoga all the time. That's what this is for. This is for everyone. Now, another thing I want to talk about here too is the set and setting of the whole thing, because the context, the meta. I'm deliberately, consciously doing this alone in public. I'm dressed pretty noticeable. When people walk by, I try to neither ignore them nor acknowledge them. This is working directly with my social anxiety, my agoraphobia. I'm challenging this in myself. There's people on the other side of the camera just sitting there, what the hell is this guy doing? And so there you see, I have at this moment, I had done, I don't know what I did exactly, but I had my quadriceps were rather sore, the front of my legs, and I was trying a lot to kind of work that out. So I'm balancing a lot on one foot, and I'm lifting my leg, doing kind of soccer stretches. Here I'm entering a sort of tree pose, And it's all about I'm trying to get that pain to go away so that I can, when I go back into that kind of warrior three, one-legged balance where I lean forward, I can actually pull my leg back. Right now I can't. It's it's all swollen. So I'm working. I'm very conscious of that, and I'm like, okay, how can I get my quadricep to chill out a little bit? How can I help it to heal? I'm going again for the Warrior 3. You can see my legs hurt, and I'm just trying to get it up there, but I'm not trying to hurt my knees. I'm not trying to bend that knee too much. I will admit of this video, this is my first time, the state of mind that is optimal, ideal, that I'm striving for, without striving, is really paying a close attention to my physical energies, my body, but I am distracted by like staying in the frame of the camera. I am in more direct sunlight than I otherwise would be, and I am aware of the social pressure. So it's not, I'm going for my straight up handstands again. I don't even believe I'll do it. I've only made it like 5 seconds. But it's also good to practice falling over backward. That's important. I'm trying to do handstands. Like, I can't do a handstand yet, but I've gotten to the point where I can do a lot of different stands, and it's intriguing and it's fun. So I do crow pose pretty well, and I'm trying to get like scorpion and handstands. So I try about 3 times. I fall over gracefully, and I feel the ground, and I love it. And it's not like a failure. It's just like, keep trying. So here I'm like, okay, I'm more comfortable with the headstand. So here I'm entering the headstand very well. I do this all the time. It's totally supported in my back and in my shoulders, and so I'm not putting all the weight on my head. And this allows me to move my legs around and try out different things. Again, I'm kind of targeting my quadriceps. And this is one that I'm like pretty good at. I'm like, this is one I'll probably do every day because you get a lot of benefits from inverting your blood flow, putting your heart above your head. And I also have to do a lot of work on my posture, so that's good for straightening you out. Now notice this kind of wiggling I do. You do start to see that in yoga classes these days. People do that a bit. Just about any asana pose you can do. Watch this one here. There's a wiggle. So here I'm just loosening up inflammation. I'm just letting things flow. I have space. I'm not going to push it. I'm going to wiggle a bit and then just chill in it. So this is more conventional, but I start out these poses, your downward dog, your child's pose, your cat-cows, with wiggly and extreme motions because I'm not yet really doing asanas. I'm prepping my injured body, which is what most of us are doing. So, you go to yoga classes and there's always going to be like 1 or 2, they're typically males, but they could be anyone, and they're just trying like way too hard. That's not really what I'm doing here. I'm not breathing out of control. I am syncing my motions with my breath, but I am pushing myself in the areas that are challenging me. I want to encourage people to practice yoga in a way that isn't yet fully successful. If you're just sitting in the fully successful, continue to do that partially, but spend a lot of time in those areas where, okay, I don't really get this posture yet. Sometimes I'll be shaking, and that's a good shake. You never want back or knee pain, especially like where it doesn't feel like it's muscular. You never want that, but some of these challenges to the body are good. I participate a great amount in ecstatic dance communities, and I will go hours and hours just dancing like in an absurd way, all right? And this feels like an accelerated yoga. It does the same things as yoga very, very quickly. As with those in the Nia movement, another kind of hybridization, I incorporate the ecstatic dance into my practice of yoga. And I'm pretty naive as yet, but I try to introduce some kata-like elements so that, it kind of sounds like silly at first, but just kind of bear with me. Like, if you are sitting there every day just as part of your dance and as part of your yoga, you're practicing punching, kicking, standing on one foot, blocking, and standing in postures that would be good in a combat scenario. You're really internalizing those shapes. Like, even if you're not particularly doing martial arts, but just using logic, like, okay, what if like a thing was flying at my face? Well, I'd block it. Well, how would I do that best? And like, what would actually work in real life? Probably dodging it, but if you're blocking it, try this. So I have that motion internalized. I don't fight, obviously, a whole lot. It does happen, but I mean, I have to defend sometimes. And it helps a lot more than anything with my sense of confidence, even though I won't have to use it. Just I'm walking around and people are shouting homophobic slurs at me. It's nice to know that if I shout something at them and they come after me, I'll do okay. That's nice to know. And so I have been learning quite a bit of general martial arts, mixed martial arts, and I'm very intrigued by it. Instead of treating that as a separate thing that's going to take my time, I just start adding it up into my yoga practice. I say, well, I'm going to have to learn to balance on my foot a lot, and I'm going to have to fall over a lot. I'm going to have to learn how to punch, kick, block, dodge, move my upper body quickly, duck. So I don't know, you might call it like gymnastics, but this is part of yoga too. So not quite accomplishing that, but now I feel humiliated, so I'm going to dance a little bit here. I'm just going to dance out here. I'm just trying to let go, just feel the energy, and stop worrying, just get into it. Now I'm doing a little bit more kata-like, trying to interact with energies, express kind of what I'm doing physically in my mind, embodying, some sort of visualization narrative, sort of archetype, and spreading it out into the world with love. And you can see visually, like, I'm feeling more confident and more balanced and grounded as I do this. It's reflected in a moment of praise, bowing to the absolute, taking it in, surrendering, devotion. Just what a gift to be here in this beautiful land, doing this, feeling good in the sun, being watched, I guess, talking about it, seeing it in 12 dimensions. And then here's my scorpion attempt. I can do scorpion. This was a bad day. Easy to do with a wall behind you or a helper. This is a great one to do with a partner. Have them help you with your legs. You can set your heels on their shoulders. So now I'm kind of, I just wanted to do this really brief introduction to yoga guy, aesthetic, holistic yoga, just a really stream of consciousness. I'm in the wind down here. Normally you'd kind of go into shavasana for a while for the body. I just go straight into meditation here. And of course, normally this would last a while, but I'm in the sun. I'm not going to sit in meditation for a half hour. I'd prefer to move somewhere else if I'm going to do that. I'm not at the point where I need to make meditation harder on myself. And note, I'm sitting in mostly a full lotus there. I can't really see, but my weight fluctuates rapidly. I'll talk a little bit about that. But I'm in the kind of medium low. I can kind of do a full lotus sit. You know if you can do full lotus or not. You really shouldn't try to do it if you can't. A lot of people do. It's okay, but it's bad for your hips. You're like contorting yourself in a way you're not ready for. So do a lot of hamstring exercises, squat a lot, and you should be able to get that full lotus if you're like at an average or lower body weight. If you are, it's totally fine to meditate without full lotus. If you're a little bit heavier, your legs just won't go there properly or comfortably, and you can just do a half lotus or Japanese Zen, sitting on your feet with your knees out in front of you. And you can do it any old way you want. You could do it laying down. You could do it in a chair. There's better and worse ways to do yoga and meditation. And as always, we try to balance all of our motions, front to back, right to left, bending forward, bending backward. We take deep, deliberate breaths with every motion. Should be. I can address that more directly, but this was just an overview. And we try to wrap our practice around with mindfulness and meditative, whether that's in a seated posture or lengthy shavasana cool down. So I hope you like this video. It's pretty roughshod, I know, but this is just an ambition that I have right now, and it's sunny out. I'm still working on portable filming. I think we can get a lot of good stuff out of that. I have so many things to share with you. I've got so much going on, so little time. And I look forward to seeing you again, guys. A little more Yoga Guy Adam coming your way. We'll see if it works. It's fine. We got a lot of stuff going on. So I'll see you soon. Namaste to you, and my my sincere appreciation for you watching the video, giving it that thumbs up, like, subscribe, whatever. You know, it's not, you don't have to fully approve of everything. Just give it a thumbs up. Help me out.